Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back along to another episode of Saving Grandad's Farm. My name is always Alex, and you join us this beautiful morning. It's a big morning for me here. We are just filling up the sheep. That's not the reason why, but they are all looking good. They've got their hay still. We're going to come in with the loader. Just tie this up here a bit, I think. But before we can do that, we just need to pull out this old girl, and we'll take her around and about. And yeah, we're going to get this all cleaned out and just leave those for the day. Today, we are going to start my very first harvest here on the farm. It's been a while since we've harvested anything for ourselves, but today is going to be the day. So that's very, very, very exciting news, really. It's a huge step, actually, in the... park this back over here. Next step for this will be probably filling up the greenhouses again. So let's just park this here for now. And yeah, like I say, it's been a long time since we've done this. Grandad last pulled out a harvest, many, many, many years ago. I would think... Talking to my dad about this the other night there, and I think it must have been about 22 years ago when he actually did one. He leased out a lot of the arable land for a while, and then after that the farm was just left in other people's hands, really. So it has been some time, but that's all going to change. And what we're going to do before we do anything else is just get this guy loaded up, and we're going to just So we're going to go and get the sheep trough cleaned out first, and then we're going to get into the combine there. You'll see that the county, though, is on the hay bob. We've been out there, we've been tedding the hay down. It needs probably another day, so I thought, well, you know what, whilst we're waiting for that, the barley is looking good. We're going to get after it and see how that all looks. So figured we'll kind of get cracking along there. We're going to be baling the barley straw as well, and then we'll bale the hay. So we've got a lot to get going with, really. But yeah, just need to start making the most of these nice dry days, because, well, we live in the UK after all. It's not going to last for too long. We think we can all get behind that. So yeah, we'll just get this all done. Oh, get that fork down a bit. There you go. Wonderful stuff. And then yeah, like I say, we'll be onwards to taking the combine over. I actually already early this morning took over the Fiat with the header trailer on. Now the reason I did that was mainly because I just want to have a look to see the condition of the barley, see how what the moisture level was looking like, see when we can actually get into it. It's a little bit off it this morning there. It was a little bit too high still, coming in around about 19%. So we're just going to leave it for a few hours, I thought, and then we should be looking good, hopefully, because it's a baking hot day today. It's a beautiful day. So we should be looking all right when we go over there in about another hour's time. But yeah, it just allowed me a little bit of time this morning to get a few jobs done. Got ahead of the game, as they like to say, and we will be looking good. We'll get that over there. So we'll just shut that gate, and then we can take this back over. Now, a bit of news to fill you up to date on. Obviously, in the last episode, if you haven't watched that, make sure you go back and pick that one up there. We're discussing just how much money we were able to sell the car for and what that looks like. The sale of the land is clicking along nicely there to the point where we'll probably be allowed into the land there to actually start working it next week, which is going to be pretty huge. So that's going to be fantastic news. Elsewhere as well, you may recall about 2 weeks ago we actually had a Pottinger set of discs on demo. We've actually put a name down to get those, so they're going to be coming back to the yard, and we're going to be taking ownership of those. And hopefully I'm going to look to try and strike a deal together. What I really want to do, there's a tractor I've got my eye on there. I'm not going to tell you what it is. There's two at the moment I'm looking at. One's a little bit older than the other one, and we're going to see. And I tell a lie, there's actually three. One of which, two of the same brand, which might be blue, and one which is not. The one that's just not is a little bit newer than the other two, and that's all I'm going to say without getting too cryptic, but it's going to be interesting. But what I am thinking about doing as well is maybe looking to upgrade the drill to get something a bit more modern, so we can... I really want to get into precision efficiency in precision farming here, so we will be looking into the possibility of getting some GPS on the tractor, so that could be interesting. But we're not there yet, so we need to figure that one out, just make a few things work and see how that's all going to piece together and the cost of it. So I'm going to have a quick chat with someone later on today or tomorrow, and just to see how we're going to be able to do all of that, really. But yeah, like I say, right now, everything else is looking good here. The greenhouses were all taken care of this morning there. I'm starting to get a little bit concerned. And I'm going to fill you in on what that concern is in another episode, I think, in detail. But these three greenhouses over there, and to a lesser extent this one, have started to bring a bit of an issue to the forefront of my mind. So we're going to have to think about what we're going to do with that. Without saying too much more, but it could it's not going to derail things, but it could cause a little bit of an issue later on down the line. Now this is our grain tank. We are not, or our grain silo, we're not going to be using this today. Now the reason for that is this is not very big, and we have a combination of winter barley, oats, spring barley to harvest this year, and it's not all going to fit into, for a start, we can't put 2 separate crops in there, but another reason is that it is just, well, it's just not big enough. So even for like a modest yield there across what we're harvesting, it's not going to be big enough at all. Maybe the one that fields of winter barley you're about to go into might fit in there, but not everything else. So what that means is that we need another option. Now we're going to sell this off directly to one of the local grain stores, which is why the 7840 is on the mast and ready to roll. So that's all. That will all be fine and dandy. I haven't got too many concerns about that. But we're going to store oats in there for the reason that I've got a fixed sale price for oats next in the winter, which is a lot higher than I've been able to get for the winter barley and the spring barley for that matter. So we're going to put the highest value commodity into there now, and then we're going to sell most of the rest of the oats. I've got a fixed price, but it's most of the rest of the barley's got a fixed price, but it's nowhere near as good. So we need to kind of keep that to one side, and that's what we'll be looking like there. So. Yeah, we're gonna leave that. That's kind of what we're thinking. So it means it's gonna be a lot slower harvest for me today because I'm gonna have to come backwards and forwards and get the ford and all of that stuff. But it's my first harvest. I just can't wait to get stuck into it. So what we're gonna do is fire up the beast, and if I can squeeze, I'm gonna go around this way. All right, and in we go. So, oh, there it goes again. Just listen to it, folks. It sounds incredible. Pick off the handbrake. I don't know, alright, and we're just gonna edge our way back here before we avoid the convertible and plow. That would not go well. Wonderful. Low lock onto there. Tree behind us there somewhere as well, which we want to avoid. At all costs, there's also a truck there as well. Okay, coming back here, just gonna try and avoid that truck there again. No, I'm not too comfortable going around that way. There's a big tree behind us. I just don't want to crack into that. So we'll go the other way here. There you go. I know there's nothing over here. Someone actually got in touch with me the other day there, and I'm not gonna, they asked to stay anonymous, so we'll do just that there. But they are putting me in touch with the people I need to know about the applying for the correct grant tree for trees. So we're really going to look to try and push on with the tree planting this year. I really would like to put like a bit of a border along this hedge line here. The little triangle up in the very north of that field there as well, of course, and I'd love to kind of fill that all up. As you can see, the grassland there for the hay is coming along. It's going to take another few days to wilt out there, but that's fine. I can do just that. Ooh, this is a no more gilded turn. There you go. But yeah, we're making progress, which is important. So all being well, we'll be able to get this this farm looking a little bit different there in another kind of 6 months. There's always also a little bit of talk that I'm looking into that, can you believe it or not, I am not too satisfied with the amount of storage space I've got, which is a consistent issue with me really. But as this farm and this building really progresses there, it's become more and more of a case. So we might look into doing something there as well, but I don't think that'll happen for a while yet. We might just kind of do a little bit of land work in preparation for it one day maybe. But yeah, we'll see. So we're not coming into this field, that's not quite ready, unfortunately, but we are coming into this one here, so we need to go all the way around. I'm gonna head this way. There you go. This thing is just a brute of a tank. Really, they don't make it like they used to, and as you can see, you might just be able to see over there the Fiat's parked up in the distance there. I like driving this because it gives you a nice little view of what's going on over the fields here, which is always handy. Speaking of which, I need to get into the grass, the reseeded field there, and spray down some of those weeds again because they're coming through, it looks like. I want to do without that. And over the ford, which is always running well. There's a heck of a spring in that field. A lot of springs in this area around Six Ashes, which is could be quite important for me moving forward. But expect an interesting video about that one coming forward, I think, because it's going to kind of it's going to be make or break for us. This field is the one I'm most anxious to get into because I want to ensure that we're looking good from a crop perspective there, because at the moment I'm not sure what's happening in there really. There's a lot of all sorts of stuff in there, so we'll have to wait and see. Right now we're going to just ping it up here. There we go. And yeah, that is almost done in there as well, but that is These two fields here are fields of oats. They're not far behind the barley actually, so we'll be into that fairly soon. But these two fields of oats are what we've already pre-sold for later on. Got a really nice price for those, like I say. So it's all about leveraging the market there and seeing what we can do to achieve a good price, locking it in if you think that it's not going to get any better as well. So having spoken to a few people there, grain trader in particular, they were fairly adamant that it's probably going to be the best I could get. So I took it. I'm happy with it, really. What we're going to do now is get it off the field there. Hope that this combine provides a good sample. Hope that we can get it into the tank. But for right now, like I say, we just want to get this all done. We're not keeping the straw in the field there. Like I say, we are baling it off and selling it. I have a straw trader right now who's going to be tentatively buying it all, which is good because it means I don't have to try and find a buyer. I just have to load the wagons as they come in for go. But we'll see. I mean, this field here is looking pretty good, aside from the fact that it's it's got a few weeds in it. It's got a nice carpet coming through there, so it's looking all right. Hope for it, yeah. But in we come. Okay, and let's get ourselves ready to roll here, shall we? This is going to be an exciting first start of the harvest here. I'm sure of it. It's a nice dry day. It's a warm day though. There's a good breeze as well, which always helps things flow through. So that should be good. Not quite square on there. Alright, so should be a case of just lifting this up. This header trailer is not quite. There we go. Perfect. It's better. Header trailer doesn't quite fit it like you would hope so. Okay, I think we're looking good there. Excellent. So what we're going to do, move this forward here, and we're good to go. This field's now, I don't know how quick this is going to be. This combine was never a rapid combine by any stretch, but it should be, it's going to be quick enough for what we need. We've just got this one to do. We'll have to take the header off, move through to this field as well, but then we've got this one that we can crack on along with as well. This one's nowhere near as dry as this one somehow. I guess maybe this gets the sun on it a little earlier, but hey, we're going to just get going with it anyway, and the rest of it we'll worry about when we have to. So, but right now, we'll probably... What I think is going to make the most sense is I might just get down to the bottom end there of the field and then hop over the hedge, go and grab the tractor and trailer and bring it on in as well, because we're also not going to get too far around this field, which is another thing. So we'll have to worry about that one later. Now the good thing is that we have margins in this field as part of our countryside stewardship, so we can probably sneak a tractor down the side if we have to. But first things first. Get that. Put the clutches in at the same time there, so I didn't really like that one, but it is flying away. Now we are just baling all of the straw, so we don't need to worry about mounting on the straw chopper on the back, which is not a quick process. Let me tell you, you got to bolt that thing on. They weren't after efficiency or speed back in the day when someone designed that, let me tell you. But the old girl sings, and there is dust coming out as well, which is always a good start. Happy with that. Okay then, so the first harvest of 6 Ashes Farm is away in what must feel like about 20 years. I'd have to find out, look through the archives to see when Grandad last did one, but I can barely remember him doing one. So and I'm nearly 30, so what can you say? It must be some time ago, but yeah, there we go. If we can get that stuff around here, put a little cut in there. I'm not going to make that all around in one go, so I might as well just put a little bit of a nick in. There you are. I would say I feel sorry for the baler man, but it's me at the end of the day, so I'll have to tidy up my own mistakes there. Okay, and that, folks, is us away. Let's just make sure we're in there. A bit more speed going forward there. It is noisy. It is no, no class selection or no big John Deere or anything like that. But hey, it was cheap, and it's going to get, at the moment, I'm looking at about 120 acres total at the moment of land, and of which some of that is not arable land. So it'll do us fine for what we need, and we're going to get it all taken care of. So Next year will be a bit more because we're gonna have that big field on the, not the next one, but the one over. So we'll have that one to do as well as the two others, or the one, at least that triangle field there to go with it as well. So we'll have lots to work on then. We just need to get to that point in time. But yeah, I think we'll be doing all right here. Yeah, it's feeding in quite nicely. What we're going to do is just stop whilst we're here very quickly. Just jump out. Oh, it's ticking along. Makes a lovely racket, does it ever? Nice, clean straw sample here. And we'll have a quick look inside the straw. It doesn't look like there's any grain down there, so it looks like that's all looking good. So we might not be in too bad a state there either. I think all we can do is really just get cracking along, and we'll see what the sample looks like when it's in the back of the trailer there, and hopefully we'll be looking all right. So that should be all good. Like I say, what I think we'll do is get down to the bottom here. We'll just park it up, hop over the hedge, go and get bring the Ford through with the grain trailer on the back there as well. But yeah, ultimately this is a real big step for the farm here. The revenue that we'll be able to bring in from here is a nice boost to the finances there to really solidify our state. The proceeds that we still have from the sale of the Shelby will really go a long way. I'm not hoping to spend all of it. I want to keep a good cushion that we can actually build up and off of. So we'll be doing that, and yeah, we should find ourselves in a considerably better place moving forward, which I really hope is going to be the case. Allowing us to kind of really look into it, investing into more modern, bigger machinery to allow us to complete more jobs, even maybe get a little bit of contracting on the side there. That would be incredible if that is something that we can stretch to, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm not in the position to buy a new tractor yet by any stretch. I don't really think I would want to be honest, because of the costs associated with it. But yeah, we'll see. We will see. But yeah, for right now anyway, we are looking very good indeed. Now, given that this thing does not have the biggest grain tank in the world either, I'm trying to avoid some like green grass on the side. That's not going to be the best stuff to get in. I might just get around this corner here, take off that bottom headland anyway, and then give a little bit of a spot where we can bring a tractor in to unload, because this is not the biggest grain tank there, and I'm not so sure that would be that wouldn't have nearly filled that actually. And around we go. We'll just go up to that bottom end there, and that should be us looking good. Okie dokie. Well, yeah, we don't want that green stuff. That green stuff just gets mixed in there and really cranks up the moisture, so we want to avoid that where we can. That looks better for it. Keep coming back here. I think we'll do is just sneak this corner off here, and then that will do us. We'll go and walk on over and get bring the Ford over there. Get the header trailer, the auger out there as well. I love the fact that you can't even see the auger on this thing. I can just see the corner of it, so it's very much going to be a case of parking the trailer up and then trying to get in and around, because I can't see peep here. Okay, so let's leave that about there, I think. Well, alright then. That, folks, is the very first start of the 6 Asus harvest then. And we've done half a headland. Fantastic. So I need to kind of get over this hedge here. What we're going to do is just limp over, walk over, get the Ford, and then we'll come back into the field and just see what we're looking like. It's not a bad looking swath, that. I'm really curious to see how many bales we get off here. Now, how can I get through this hedge? Okay, so we are in the carton tractor. We've got the aircon set just nicely here. It's about 23 degrees here already, which is pretty lovely. We'll take more of that. Now, like I say, we're not trying to break any records for the number of hectares harvested in an hour or tons harvested, put through the combine. We're not going to achieve any of that. What we want to achieve is a nice quality harvest and to get it all in before it gets damaged by the rain. So that's our main aim. Now, like you can see, we're gonna get probably, well, maybe all the way around before we have to empty again, but it's gonna be close going. But yeah, main goal here is just to try and get it all done, so we'll see how it's looking. But so far it's working. Combine cost me next to nothing, and it's already harvested there, so it could probably actually, if it gets through this harvest and next harvest, it's more than paid for itself in terms of what I would end up paying for a contractor to come through. So that would be a big jump. It really, really would be, and we'll see how it comes along. But for right now, anyway, we're just going to nip around this corner. No, can I get under there? No, we're probably not going to risk it. We'll just park over this swath. We'll park about there, because I can see exactly where the tractor is, because this thing is numb and full of blind spots, but I love it. Okay. Almost sounds like it's warming up to the fact now. Need to do is pull it in a little bit more. Okay, so I mean, look, you can barely see a thing of it, but there it goes. So it is empty now. Wonderful, but it does come off there as well. That doesn't look too bad, actually. What you're looking in there for is to see if there's any other mess coming into here, any chaff coming through, any weeds or anything else like that, and it's actually looking pretty darn clean, which I'm more than happy about. One of the main issues with this style of auger is that this knuckle here, this joint, is pretty terrible. It's not like one of the elbow joints you would see on a more modern combine to this one, which still have the auger in this position. This one does split properly there, and it was always made for a little bit of difficult connection. And the fact it's on the pulley system and it's not on the it doesn't add for much confidence, but hey, it does its job, and that's not bad first trailer load. So we're going to get into here anyway. We're going to try and continue, get that auger shut down whilst I can, and we'll get the rest of this field done, hopefully. So we're going to start with this anyway. We will no doubt be back with a bit of an update as we progress through it over the course of the next few days, and there's a few big things that we're going to keep you up to date with moving forward as well. Until then, though, we're going to keep cracking along. I hope you have enjoyed. This has been the latest update from myself, Alex, on saving Grandad's farm. Until next time, though, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Simulation for the Nation, who very kindly agrees to host everything, and we'll see you all in the next one. Catch you later.